morning and welcome to
Chatroom.
And as usual, we'll be seeing you every Wednesday at 6 p.m. where we'll be talking about the hottest stories in Thailand as well as social media dramas. I'm Nad Bunap.
I'm Frank Kanchi.
I'm Varisala Sehan.
And could you believe this? This is the last week of 2023.
Yes, we made it.
We made it through the year.
And it is our last episode of this year.
Yeah.
But just to make sure that we're still seeing you next year,
Yes.
that is certain. We'll still be seeing you every Wednesday with much more fun and more exciting stories to share with you.
Yeah.
But then when we reflect back the year, we would think of like so many things, right? There are some like exciting things, scandals, and all of these things as well.
There are so many stories that we talk about on this program. Nobody is, good side for policy, social media, dramas that we talk about, and saddening stories. I remember about, of course, the story of the doctor who, stayed in North and
Yeah.
Just
he did
passed
not
away.
smoke, but just passed away because of PM 2.5 and other, particles.
Yeah, and I think it is an epic year
Yeah.
of politics, Thai
Ah.
politics too, of course.
Yes.
A lot
and-
of twists.
twists and turns in Thai politics. And the first story for today, it's still about politics, but more of the brighter side of it. And even though Christmas is already over, but the holiday cheer is not over yet because Prime Minister Srettha became a buzz recently for how he celebrated Christmas because the government house actually held a Christmas party right there with cabinet ministers as well as reporters. So Prime Minister Srettha was greeting reporters at the government house on Christmas Day, and what you're seeing right here, he was seen wearing a green necktie and of course his red and green socks. And as we might be aware, Srettha loves to wear colorful socks even to high-level meetings, but this is like another level because he was wearing like a green sock on his left and a red sock on his right. And what you're seeing right here is that he has ordered a panettone, which is an Italian Christmas fruit cake, and that he ordered this 10-kilogram fruit cake from all the way from Italy, and he said he loves it. Later on, he greeted reporters with this costume for the Christmas party at the government house. So he was seen wearing a red cardigan to match with his green necktie, and among the highlights was that the Prime Minister was wearing a reindeer headband and posing like a reindeer in front of reporters who were taking photos of him. And that was like among the main highlights of Christmas Day at the government house. And after that, Srettha then changed his clothes again into red trousers and a green shirt as he was about to celebrate Christmas at the Pheu Thai Party headquarters. So what you're seeing right here is that Prime Minister Srettha has actually being festive, wearing like a red cardigan to match with his green necktie, just to see that, okay, he's enjoying Christmas, just to be in fashion as well.
Yeah, like you could see from the distance that this is celebrating Christmas from his clothes.
Yeah, and what is really interesting is that the way he wore his socks, green on one side and red on the other side, this is like another level because like we said, Srettha loves colorful socks. But this time around, he just decided to go funkier.
Yeah, these are his favorite colors, right? Green and red. And of course, sometimes when we watch the political news, he always has his poker face on. And this time, during the Christmas, he came out with a smile and talked to reporters with that, red shirt there. I would love to wear it if he could lend it to me because I like it so much.
I really like his necktie because it's very green but yet neon, very like bright green and
neon green there.
Yeah,
Green color. Very, very impressive for reporters and of course his supporters to see, Prime Minister and of course all the governmental officials, they also enjoy the celebratory moments there.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can
see the
see you can see that he does have some fashion sense when it comes to like dressing up for certain occasions. And for Christmas, it's like no exception because like you can see he has changed his clothes like 3 times in a day. That is really interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fashion show that he attends, right?
Yeah, I
at
think-
Government House.
I think this could add it on like the saddest time during COVID-19, remember?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this time would be the time that people now finally celebrate Christmas and festive, festivities.
Yeah, we can see all the minister behind Kun Anutin there and deputy ministers.
Yeah, and we have never seen the Prime Minister Prayut joining
Yeah.
these
Right,
kind of
right.
celebrations at all. Even like the previous administrations, we have never seen them being so festive, during Christmas. But for the Srettha administration, I think the new Prime Minister has tried to change things up a bit so that it's like more livelier,
Yeah.
and then at least there's something for reporters to report on, like the lighter stories of politics.
Yeah.
And they also connect to what people do on
Yeah.
the street, in department store, because I think, as what you said, at Government House, it's quite bureaucratic inside, but when celebratory events come, they want to really connect themselves to the public too. So that's why we see
Exactly.
this. Next story, of course, we also talk about Prime Minister, but it's a little bit controversial here, as in, of course, we celebrate ourselves
Yes.
in department store, on the street, with friends, with family, but could Prime Minister Srettha and other governmental staff take leave during Christmas this time? The holiday season is here and people have already booked the tickets and their hotels for a New Year escape. In fact, going on vacation is what many people love to do, including the Prime Minister of Thailand. Last week, there was a social media drama about Prime Minister Srettha after it was revealed that he took a holiday between December 19th until the 22nd. This has caused debate among netizens, including some politicians, as to whether Prime Minister are supposed to take leave. Thai Civilized Party leader posted on Facebook questioning why he would take leave from Tuesday to Friday. However, if the Prime Minister took leave because he was sick, that would be totally understandable. The party leader also wrote that going on a vacation with his family during the weekends or long holiday would be much more appropriate. One senator commented that the Prime Minister must have been hot-headed. That was why he desperately needed a holiday. Another senator posted on Facebook complaining that the Prime Minister is going on a vacation when he hasn't passed his probation period of 120 days. Netizens criticized that Srettha was on holiday while parliamentary meetings were taking place, while some commented that everyone is allowed to go on a holiday, and if some MPs can take long vacation, then there's nothing wrong with the Prime Minister taking a vacation as well. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Buntam Wechayachai has defended the Prime Minister, stating that taking a holiday is quite normal, adding that the Prime Minister will spend the time with his family after his return from Japan, where he met his son, who traveled from the United States to join him for the homecoming flight. He also said the Prime Minister doesn't have to work from Government House and can work anywhere and can assign one of the Deputy Prime Ministers to act on his behalf during his temporary absence. But when it comes to taking leave, we must get approval first. So who has the authority to approve for the Prime Minister if he or she wants to take leave? According to the Prime Minister office, the Prime Minister has the authority to approve oneself for all kinds of leave, and he or she has to inform the Cabinet Minister beforehand. So the question here is, are Prime Minister allowed to go on a vacation? I think,
Of course.
of course,
Everyone.
everyone. But I think there's a very important point here because one of the senators say that he hasn't passed his probation period of 120 days. As for the normal staff like us, employee, if we get into a new job and during the 190-day probation, I wouldn't take the leave because it's quite, risky for us because
Of course.
yeah.
It's really risky because like 120 days is the period where you have to prove yourself that you are capable of the job. And the thing is, no one's going to take leave on probation anyway, especially if you're like a staff member. But for the case of the prime minister, it can be like some sort of exception. And from my perspective, in parliament, there might be no such thing as probation to begin with.
Yeah.
From my perspective. But for this case, excuse me, I think you don't really need a reason to take a break. If you feel like you need a break, of course you're allowed. There's no reason for it. However, the reason why people seem to be very like petty about it is because he's the prime minister, and therefore people have so much expectations that he must be devoting for the country, helping people, and visit communities that are in need. Like, but at least he's back. So I think that should be the end of the story. But the reason why we're discussing it, because the issue of annual leaves will still be a problem no matter when. It's like whether it's New Year's, Songkran, or whenever it is, people will take annual leave throughout the year anyway. But like not like the one person will take annual leave like 3 or 4 times, but it's like in one department, there's going to be someone taking annual leave, another person taking annual leave, and I think they all have their own reasons. And why can't we allow them? Because it's actually a fundamental right. Because according to the Thai labor law, it says that all employees are subject to 6 days of annual leave per year. And if you don't allow them, that would be problematic because it already says in the law.
Yeah. But I think I have different opinion with you. I think, of course, Srettha Thavisin is in a top seat in the country, and sometimes when, of course, during his leave, there was no big events in Thailand, so he was lucky. But at that time, I understand. For example, in Taiwan, one mayor took leave, but I think a robbery event happened in that city. So the mayor had to fly back to Taiwan to take care of that thing. So of course, I understand that we have the right to take leave, and Srettha Thavisin, of course, he's the staff in the government too. He has the right to take the leave, but we have seen, as what you said, we have seen him devoting to attending all the international events, even during weekends in other countries for Thailand. But when he sit at the prime ministerial seat, sometimes it's not that easy to say that, okay, I'm gonna take the leave, so one of the subordinates just take my seat and we can just do it, because I think there's still some difference between prime minister and normal staff too. What do you think?
Well, I think according to his showcases, like during his, I think it's already over 90 days of him being a prime minister of Thailand, right? So we can see, like, I totally agree with you that he has the right to, take annual leaves, and lucky him that there were not a lot of big events during this time.
That period.
Yeah, during that period. So yeah, I mean, but it is quite controversial because it's still within his probation, right?
Like I said earlier, probation may not be the thing for the cabinet.
Yeah.
But then we have to say that leaders taking leave is actually normal. It's not unusual because like even former presidents and former prime ministers in other countries have taken a vacation,
Yes.
yet they are subject to criticism by the people as well because of these same expectations that the leader must be like alert at all times and have to devote for the country and has to do the policy making and everything else. So it's like the people that are being so critical because they have high expectations that the prime minister must be there to help the people.
Yeah, he has done a lot already.
Yeah, and it is actually like Russian president, U.S. president,
Yes.
Canadian
England.
prime minister, they also take leave too.
Yeah.
Yeah, So of course they're still right to do it, but just the timing there. Of course, you talk about probation. Even if we are in probation as the staff in Thai PBS, we still have the right to take leave because no matter what happened, that's our right, and we can go. I mean, take leave whenever we want.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think well for every people had their own reasons, right?
Yeah.
Maybe at that time it was the perfect timing for him
Yeah.
to you know took a leave. Well, according to the news here, his mom is already like almost 100-year-old
No,
now.
around like 96.
Yeah, 96 years old now. So I think it's probably the perfect timing.
Yeah,
them to
it
go.
might be a perfect timing for the prime minister, but it might not be a perfect timing for the people from their perspective because, you know, like perfect timing for people would be different. For Srettha might be perfect, but for the other cabinet ministers might not. But then what they can do because the prime minister can actually approve themselves.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's I think taking back to the point that I think still it's a matter of appropriateness in the end.
And of course, annual leaves are important. And it is also much more important to know when the public holidays are as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and for the New Year's, Thais will be enjoying the New Year holiday starting from December 29th, which is this Friday,
Yep.
until the January the 1st. But there's a problem, don't you think? Well, initially, we're supposed to get an extra day off on January the 2nd, but the cabinet announced that the day off will be this coming Friday instead.
Okay.
And this is why some people express their frustration on social media, stating that they disagree with the change. Well, the changes to the New Year public holidays were announced in October. However, many Thai netizens took to X to discuss the changes during the past few days. Well, a netizen posted that shifting the holidays from December 30th to January the 2nd to December 29th to January the 1st, it's still a 4-day holiday. But the post went as far as stating that they couldn't believe that Thai people have such a problem with counting how many days they will get for the New Year holiday. The post saw 1.8 million views on X. Some netizens criticized that the issue here is not about how many days they will get for the New Year holiday, but it's how can they spend their time with their families during such a short period of time that they have. One netizen explained that the initial holiday period is better because celebrating New Year's on the 31st, waking up to make merit on the 1st means that they have one more day to spend time with their family before they travel back to Bangkok on the 2nd and start working on the 3rd. Therefore, the holiday period from December 29th to January the 1st doesn't work because that means everyone has to travel back to Bangkok on the 1st. Well, another netizen commented that waking up on New Year's Day, getting to spend quality time with their families is a meaningful moment. If your family does not live up country and you never had to travel or book your flight tickets to see your family and don't have to rush to get ready for work on the 2nd, then lucky you. A similar comment said that for those who live up country, having to work on the 2nd means that they have to start traveling back on the 1st. So that means they only have 30th and 31st to celebrate the New Year. Coming from Mae Hong Son province, which is, it's up north country, it is already difficult to travel back home during the New Year holidays because traveling back and forth is already time consuming, not to mention travel sickness. One netizen also mentioned road safety, stating that traveling 5 to 8 hours on the road would put people at risk of car accidents. This is because during the New Year period is often publicized as the 7 dangerous days, where road accidents are higher than usual. So what do you think about our public holidays that is, kept changes?
So I think it's lucky for Thai people because in Taiwan we never have this kind of extra day off.
Oh, really?
So because of course first January this year is of Monday, so in Taiwan we don't have any extra day off. So it's already good for Thai people. But at the end, back to the topic, I think it's better to put it on 2nd January of course.
Yes, I agree with
some
you.
people are drunk, some people are tired,
Yeah.
and you want to ask your citizens and back to Bangkok or their working location. It's pretty far, as what you said in the comment, that Mae Hong Son province, and you're from South, so this Friday you're gonna go back. So you're gonna take a lot of time for traveling. Imagine that 1st January already very tired, exhausted. You maybe sleep at 4 a.m. But you're gonna take the flight at 10 a.m. What could that be, right?
Yeah. Well, this is directly related to me because in this new year I have to go back home, right? And I have to fly back here to work on the 2nd. And right after landing, I have to go straight to work on the 2nd. So I mean, I prefer the initial holidays that they publicized rather than this
So
new one.
you're implying that the new public holidays do not work.
For me.
Coming on like January 2nd for work, it's like, okay, apart from the being hangover from the New Year celebrations, I think this is something that everyone is going to go through anyway, but traveling back and forth between Bangkok and upcountry, it's already time consuming because you cannot just assume that everyone is going to board on a plane because most people in Thailand, especially those from poor communities, I'm not saying poor communities, but like those who would find like the cheapest way to travel, they don't board a plane, they would just go on like a huge tour bus or they might have to drive there. So driving from Bangkok to whatever province they're going, it's going to be more than 3 hours anyway. So it's time consuming. And I totally agree with most of the netizens saying that if they have to drive on January 1st, just imagine how jam-packed the traffic will be. It's going to be horrendous. And considering the 7 dangerous days that has been widely publicized every single year, think about the road accidents. I'm pretty sure no one wants to be in that situation anyway. And if there's a road accident, the traffic jams will be even worse.
And it kind of like the government forced people to come back on 1st January because of course what I said about drunk driving, it might happen because people have to go back to work from up country or southern part of the country. People drive more than 5 hours, maybe from Chiang Mai, 7 hours. And if you meet the traffic jam, oh my God, it's gonna take a lot of hours to go. And it's very dangerous for people because they do not have sufficient sleep on January 1st. Who would sleep on like at 11 p.m. and 31st December and 1st January, we just like, okay, 10 a.m. we drive 5 hours back to Bangkok. It's not possible.
Yeah, I totally agree with you about the time consuming traveling like back and forth because of course not everyone gonna afford the price of the flight ticket during the new year. Especially from Bangkok to my hometown to Hat Yai, it would cost up to 7,000.
Whoa!
7,000 to 8,000 per person, one round trip, So of course, I'm also taking a bus back to my hometown and it would take about like 30 hours.
30 hours?
No, 13.
Oh, 13, okay.
Excuse me,
13
yeah,
hours.
13
It's still a lot
hours.
of
So
time.
13 back and forth or just one, like
Just
one round?
just one
Oh
round.
my God,
And
that
then-
is really, that takes like half a day already.
Yes. So, of course, I don't really like this new year public holidays, not that much.
Yeah, and one thing we have to point out is that the plane tickets are really expensive during the holidays. Already since Christmas, but New Year's it's going to be like peak time.
It is, I mean, it's kind of weird because if you book the ticket from Bangkok to anywhere else, the tickets are gonna be so expensive. But if you book the ticket from everywhere else to Bangkok, it's cheap. It's
Yeah.
cheaper,
Okay.
lot
Of course.
cheaper.
Demand and supply. So this time it will be really pricey. But people have to choose how
Yeah,
to go
and
back.
some people might just choose another idea is just to stay in Bangkok
Yeah.
and then maybe they travel like some other time that would be more comfortable for them, or like when the plane tickets or when whatever it is would suit them. If the plane tickets are like cheaper and it's like a convenient time for them, then of course they might choose that and that would be better.
And some people talk about, I mean, some Bangkokian talk about it's a free city
During
this
New
weekend
Year,
because
right?
there's no people in the city.
Yeah, good
It's in your store or everywhere. But yeah, people, please take care of yourself
Yep.
during this New Year. Don't drink too much. If you drink, don't drive.
Yeah, don't
Have a
be,
Exactly.
be responsible.
Yes, and have enough sleep before you drive, please. All right, so next topic, we will talk about one of the hot topic, not for this week, for this year,
Oh.
is
Yeah.
Lisa. So now let's talk about K-pop. Mega star Blackpink member Lisa has been reaching milestones and setting new world record here and there. This time around, she has reached a new milestone on her Instagram, gaining 100 million followers. That's a lot. Blackpink member Lisa has broken another record this week, having reached 100 million followers on Instagram, becoming the first K-pop artist and the first female Asian artist to reach this milestone. Currently, Lisa is the most followed K-pop artist on Instagram. In fact, Lisa has made a number of remarkable achievements throughout her career. Most recently, Lisa has been honored by Guinness World Records as the top solo K-pop artist of 2023. So far, Lisa has a total of 8 achievements listed on Guinness World Records. In September this year, Lisa's solo single, I think everyone has listened to that, Money, surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify, which also became the fastest K-pop song by a solo artist to reach 1 billion streams on that platform, and also the fastest solo K-pop artist to reach 1 billion streams. As for her previous achievements, her debut album, La Lisa, became the first album by a solo K-pop artist to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify. Lisa became the first solo K-pop winner at the MTV Video Music Awards in 2022, in which she won the Best K-pop Video Award for debut single La Lisa. Not only that, she also became the first solo K-pop artist to win MTV Europe Music Awards, in which she won Best K-pop Award. Lisa also holds other world record titles, such as the most views of a new music video released from a solo artist in 24 hours on YouTube for a debut single La Lisa, released in September 2021. This song also earned her the most viewed YouTube music video in 24 hours by a solo K-pop artist. Meanwhile, La Lisa released a cover of Britney Spears' Christmas song My Only Wish this year on her YouTube channel for her fans to celebrate the holiday season. The video, which showcases Lisa wandering around Paris, has gained over 3.4 million views so far. And you can see, of course, the screen 8 Guinness World Records by Blackpink's Lisa. So you can see fastest solo K-pop artist to reach 1 billion streams, first K-pop track by a solo artist to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify. All this achievement on YouTube, Spotify, MTV Video Music Awards are unprecedented for female Asian artists and K-pop artists too.
Yeah. Asian artists, K-pop artists, and also a Thai national.
Yes.
This is a phenomenal achievement by Lisa. And considering that she made her debut since 2016 as a Blackpink member, we can say that Lisa is the most popular member of Blackpink as well, making such an achievement here. That is like a huge pride, not only for K-pop fans, but also the Thai people as well.
And it's a very, very huge surprise too, because before before she had the solo performance, she's already popular in Korea, South Korea.
Yeah.
She already made a lot of good achievement there, but this is beyond expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she really, support herself, and she really devoted to her performance anywhere in the world.
And I think she devoted for the Thai culture and Thai,
Yes.
like Thai local products too, like the clothes, the silk, and
Yeah.
So I think this could be kind of like approach for Thais to to have like just a present. Just Lisa, very famous and very exact.
We can say that Lisa has been like a huge influence for her fans and many people around the world. Like what I think what you were trying to say is that she has set a trend for many things, because since she made her solo debut, she has made so many items like a hot item. Like for example, like remember her debut music video? She was wearing like headdresses, and that became a trend because like when we think of headdresses, we might think of Thai dance performances at school, but then because of Lisa, the music video, people were like interested in buying headdresses to do their own cover music videos and make parodies of her videos as well, or even things like Look Chin Yun Gin, or
Yes.
these meatballs that suddenly became so famous in her hometown of Buriram province, or even things like Roti Sai Mai, and what else? Even simple school milk in Thai schools suddenly became like a trend because Lisa showed on her Instagram story. So we can say that Lisa has been a real trendsetter because whatever she does, everyone has to copy her.
Yeah, and she actually, I think she links herself to Thai uniqueness, not only just culture, food, clothes, everything. Because of course we see she's trying to put music videos, every presence with Thai culture, Thai food. So what you said, the debut single music video, La Lisa, with a Thai costume, food, everything is linked to Thai uniqueness. So I think Lisa doing very successful career this year, and with, of course, the Thai culture there. You talk about soft power, we talk about soft power many
soft
times.
Power.
And she doesn't represent only soft power. She represents Thai uniqueness to the world and herself too, of course.
Yeah. Even though we're saying that Lisa is a very popular member of Blackpink, but we also have to acknowledge the successes of other members as well, Jennie, Jisoo, and Rose. They have also made significant achievements throughout their careers since the debut of Blackpink and up until now. And in case you did not know, Blackpink has already renewed their contracts as a group for only group activities with YG already. But in terms of solo activities, I heard that some people have decided to do one-man agencies. One of them being Jennie has decided to come up with her own agency. But like for the case of Lisa and Jisoo, we're still waiting for more updates. And Rose has decided to stay with YG as well. But putting Blackpink aside, let's talk about other issues. So we'll end the program with another wrap-up of the year, and this time around, it's from Line Today. You know how Thai people always use Line to text each other, but Line also has this feature called Line Today, which means that they can actually access news stories as if it's like a news portal. So they have revealed its own poll of the year 2023 in various categories, whether it's hard news, sports, entertainment, and even soft power items of the year. So Line Today revealed its poll of the year, where online netizens voted for the top stories of the year in various categories. So for the top news of the year category, of course, Pita Limjaroenrat being suspended as an MP pending investigation into his ITV shares, despite that the Move For party won the May elections, received the most votes, followed by the Israel-Hamas war and the mass shootings at Zion Paragon. So these are the top 3 news of the year based on Line Today. Excuse me. And for the top politician of the year, of course, it's no other than Pita Limjaroenrat, who gained the most votes, followed by Srettha Thavisin, the Prime Minister of Thailand, and Warawut Silapa Asha. As for the top sports news of the year goes to Thailand's women's volleyball team winning a gold medal at the Southeast Asian Games 2023 and winning a third title for the Asian Women's Volleyball Championship. And that was the top news story of the year for the sports category. And that was followed by Thai Taekwondo athlete Panipakwong Pathanakit, also known as tennis, winning a gold medal at the Asian Games despite the controversy over the scoring system during the match. And Thai badminton player Gulawut Wititsan, who's named as the champion of this year's World Championships. As for the top entertainment news of the year category, of course, Antonia Porcel being named the runner-up of Miss Universe 2023 got the most votes, followed by Thai actress Avtaksaon and young Thai actor Nonokun revealed to be in a relationship, which became one of the top stories of the year.
Yes.
And The Undertaker, also known as Sapare, becoming the most popular Thai movie, grossing more than 100 million baht. Last but not least, soft power.
Soft power.
Did this surprise you at all? Not surprising to begin with, because I'm pretty sure everyone's talking about that, which is the elephant pants. It actually won the most votes under this category, followed by mango sticky rice, and also religious items like Phra Prom and Phra Mae Laksmi. It was also considered soft power as well. So, was it surprising to you to begin with?
Yeah. Well, elephant pants. I mean, if you come to Bangkok, of course, you're gonna see elephant pants everywhere on streets. Everywhere, literally.
Yeah, but elephant pants, I'm not surprised at all because I have 5 pairs of it.
Already?
No, because every time I come here, I have to buy it for myself, my family, my mother. They always like it because in Taiwan, sometimes during summertime, it's really hot too. So they would really like to wear that to represent, oh, my son is in Thailand, so I have to do it. But one of the most surprised here is the Thai actress and young Thai actor because I know Nonggun, right?
Yeah,
Nonggun in Y series, many times. Now Y series, sorry, like series before.
Yeah, teen series.
Teenage series. But this time, of course, he revealed his relationship with F there. Some people criticize, but of course, it's their, freedom. They can date with whoever they want.
Right.
So.
Yeah, the thing is, love goes beyond age.
Yes.
So we have to be supportive and we should be happy for them, especially if they're really in a relationship.
And next one, of course, I think it's a very good recap here. We talk about Pita Limjaroenrat. Of course, we have seen Supreme Court, and he went to the Supreme Court to testify himself on ITV shares and, of course, move for parties. Section 112 Let's Just law here. Next month, the end of next month, 31st January, might be historical day for Pita Limjaroenrat and Move For Party because that's the day for verdicts from Supreme Court if they are acquittal or actually they will be banned at the end, so we have to wait for that.
Yeah, I believe there are 2 cases, one about the ITV shares and the another one about lèse majesté, and the lèse majesté one affects the entire party. So, so for the ITV shares is January 24th and January 31st is the one about lèse majesté. So these 2 days will be another historical moment in Thai politics, and this is something that Thai PBS World will be keeping an eye on as well.
Yes, and another thing.
Other story that you,
I mean, I think another surprise for me is Phra Mae Laksmi and Phra Prom.
it's quite hard to explain.
It's for me, I mean, like as kind of like a young generation, people now, of course, the youngsters, they are now kind of like respecting more of like Phra Mae Laksmi and Phra Prom, which is I believe that they are not from the Buddhist side, right?
No.
But like not the funny thing, but like the interesting thing is Phra Mae Laksmi is well known for asking for love.
Ah, yes.
Like
There was like a viral phrase among Thai youngsters is I told Pratma Laksami
Laksami.
about you. So it's like let's say on Valentine's Day or whenever you're asking about your love and relationship, they would say things like, "Oh, I told Pratma Laksami about you."
Yes.
Like, so let's say if you're interested in someone, and they would say things like, "Oh, I told Pratma Laksami."
yeah,
Yeah.
because well, a lot of my friends they went to Pame Laksami.
The one in front of Central World.
Huh?
The one in front of Central
Yes,
World.
yes. They went there to ask for, their partners
Ah.
and, to be in the relationship with someone. Some even have the full presentation of their types to, present to the Pame Laksami.
Ah.
Okay, I want this guy with this tall and with this.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Okay,
Very
that's
detailed.
Like another level. Like
Yes.
just specifying who you like. Like, okay, I want him to look like this. I want him to be this tall. I want him to have
yes.
skin, look, whatever.
Well, we have to be detailed,
so of course, Parliament Lasami can find the
Yes,
right person.
the right person.
Okay, right.
That specific details.
Yeah, okay, this is just a belief. But then, like that I told Pratma Laksami about you is like, it's just for fun, but it's really interesting that it actually became the top soft power items of the year based on Line Today as well.
Yeah.
All right, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Chat Room. Join us every Wednesday at 6 p.m. only on Thai PBS World. And of course, we will see you next week.
Yes.
Oh,
Happy
yes.
New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everyone.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Oh, next year or next week?
Next year.
Next week. Okay, we'll see you next week and Happy New Year.
Happy
สวัส
New
ดี
Year
ปีใหม่ค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ